Welcome to the high-stakes world of gambling where fortunes can be won or lost on the roll of a dice. The allure of this thrilling pursuit lies not just in the potential for great gain, but in the heart-pounding uncertainty that comes with each wager. Gambling, in essence, is the act of betting something of value on an event with an uncertain outcome. The primary intent, to win additional money or material goods. But it's not just about the potential for profit. The real thrill lies in the unpredictability. The outcome is often determined purely by chance, making the stakes even higher, and the suspense nearly unbearable. It's a world where risk meets reward, where you can taste victory one moment and face defeat the next. And nowhere is this thrill more tangible than in dice games, where each roll could mean the difference between victory and defeat. Now, let's delve into the fascinating world of dice games. Dice games are a popular form of gambling, known for their simplicity and the sheer excitement they bring. They're a staple in many cultures, played in countless variations across the world. Today, we will delve into two popular dice games, doubles and totals. Let's start with doubles. The rules are straightforward. Each player rolls two six-sided dice simultaneously. The goal is to roll a double, meaning both dice show the same number. The first player to score a double is declared the winner. However, if both players roll a double in the same round, the game continues until a clear winner emerges. It's a game of pure chance, where strategy takes a back seat to the whims of the dice. Next, we have totals, a game that brings a different kind of thrill. In totals, each player rolls a 20-sided die, with the highest roll winning the game. It's a simple premise that can produce a wide range of outcomes, making every roll a suspenseful event. However, if players roll the same number, they must re-roll until a winner is determined. This adds an extra layer of excitement, as victory can be snatched away at the last moment. These games may seem simple, but therein lies their charm. The unpredictable nature of the dice brings an element of suspense that's hard to match. They are easy to learn, yet offer endless entertainment. The key in these games is not so much about winning, but enjoying the thrill of the roll, the anticipation of the outcome, and the camaraderie shared with fellow players. While strategy plays a minimal role in these games, understanding the rules thoroughly allows you to fully appreciate and enjoy the games. Remember, each roll of the dice is a new opportunity, a fresh start, and who knows? Lady Luck might just be on your side. Equipped with these rules and strategies, you're now ready to venture into the world of dice games. So go ahead, roll the dice and let the games begin. Racing games bring a unique thrill to gambling, combining the unpredictability of the race with the chance element of betting. Let's delve into the heart-racing world of horse racing and drag racing games. In horse racing, each horse, represented by a die, starts off rolling a 20-sided die, or D20. The goal is to reach a score of 100 or more. However, the journey to the finish line isn't as straightforward as it may appear. If an odd number is rolled, the horse experiences fatigue and the next roll will decrease to two 8-sided dice, or 2d8. The dice continues to lessen with each odd roll, moving from a d20 to 2d8, then to a d12, d10, d8, and finally a d6. If an even number is rolled, the jockey continues to roll a d20. The first horse to cross the 100 mark wins the race, but if two or more horses cross the finish line in the same roll, it's a photo finish. Now let's shift gears and move on to drag racing. Unlike traditional racing, drag racing isn't about covering a set distance, but rather about achieving the highest total within a set time. Each car begins by rolling a 4-sided die, or D4, for the distance traveled in first gear. The results are then added to the distance managed in second gear, which is determined by a 6-sided die, or D6. This continues up through the dice, moving to a D8, D10, D12, 2D8, and finally a D20. The highest total wins the race, adding a competitive edge to each roll. Both these racing games introduce the concept of odds, which can significantly influence the outcome of the game. The more horses in the field or cars on the track, the greater the odds should be. This adds an extra layer of strategy and anticipation, making each roll of the dice a thrilling experience. Remember, while the excitement of the race can be intoxicating, it's always important to bet responsibly. Card games like poker provide a mix of strategy and chance that keeps players on their toes. Take poker for instance. It's not just about the cards you're dealt, but how you play them. Bluffing and strategy play key roles. It's a game of wits. where you attempt to outsmart your opponents, convincing them you've got a winning hand even when you're holding a pair of twos. But what if there was a way to tilt the odds in your favor? Enter marked cards. Now, we're not endorsing cheating here, but in the spirit of understanding all elements of the game, let's explore this concept. Marked cards allow a player to know what card they're dealing with before it's played. If a player rolls under their intellect on a 20-sided die, they get a peek at a card. This is rolled for each card, changing the dynamic of the game. It's no longer just about strategy and bluffing, but also about memory and observation. Consider our friend Riam with an intellect of 17. He's playing cards with a shifty-looking pirate. He rolls after one draw and gets 4 kings and a jack. Riam decides to cheat. To get 5 kings, he'll have to roll less than 15 on a 20-sided die. If he succeeds, the pirate is none the wiser. But if he fails, well, it might be time for Riam to use that hidden weapon he's been keeping under the table. Poker, with or without marked cards, is a game of risk and reward. It's about reading your opponents, understanding the odds, and knowing when to hold them and when to fold them. It requires a mix of strategic thinking, risk assessment, and a good poker face. So whether you're playing a friendly game at the local tavern or testing your skills in a high-stakes tournament, remember that poker is not just a game of chance. It's a game where strategy and luck intertwine, creating an intriguing and exciting experience. With a good strategy and a bit of luck, you could find yourself at the top of the poker world. Pool is a game of precision and strategy, and when gambling gets involved, the stakes get even higher. To simulate a game of pool on a sizable table, you'll need 6 12-sided dice, or D12s, among which 3 can be identified as one group, like the red, gold, and yellow group, and the other 3 as another, such as the green, blue, and silver group. You'll also need a white 10-sided die, or D10, and a black 8-sided die, or D8, and 20-sided die, or D20. Each of these dice represents a ball in our game of pool. The game begins with a break, where all dice except the black D8 are rolled. If any dice roll a 1, that ball is considered sunk. The player who sinks the first ball of a group will then attempt to sink the rest of the balls in that group. Each round, all balls or dice that have not been sunk are rolled again. The strategy here is to focus on sinking the balls of your group while trying to prevent your opponent from sinking theirs. Now let's talk about the black D20. This represents the black ball. It's a D20 because until you have sunk all of your colored balls, sinking it means losing. So you're trying to avoid potting it. But what about the white ball? The white D10 represents the cue ball. Sinking the cue ball gives the player 2 shots or rolls. This could turn the tide of the game in your favor, providing you with extra opportunities to sink your balls. In a game of pool, each roll of the dice can shift the balance of the game. The thrill of landing a perfect roll, the tension as the dice tumble, the satisfaction of outmaneuvering your opponent. It's all part of the game. Remember, in pool, like in all gambling games, it's not just about chance. It's also about strategy and skill. Whether you're playing a friendly game or gambling your fortune, every roll matters. Every decision counts. So think carefully, aim precisely, and may the dice roll in your favor. So we've journeyed through the thrilling world of gambling, from dice games to racing, from poker to pool. We've seen how the roll of a die can dictate the fate of a game in doubles or totals, where scoring a double or the highest number can be the difference between triumph and defeat. We felt the adrenaline rush of horse and drag racing, where the dice simulate the exhilarating pace of the contest, and every roll could change the course of the race. We've dealt with the strategic intricacies of poker, where the right combination of cards, or dice in this case, can make you the king of the table. And finally, we've stepped into the strategic domain of pool, where every roll is a calculated move, and sinking the right balls can lead you to victory. Remember, gambling should always be a fun and responsible activity. So roll those dice, place your bets, and may the odds be ever in your favor.